Good go at Brazil in this one. Here we go then. Singapore welcomes Brazil against Senegal. And Marquinhos with a touch here, of course, has been playing very much in the centre of midfield for Paris Saint-Germain for the past, 12 months really.
Yep.
And has done such a good job as well in learning the role and becoming so influential in it for Thomas Tuchel's side. Early touch here for Alfred Gomis, the goalkeeper. Plays his football at Dijon in France, like many of these Senegal players have come through the system in France. That's a nice piece of skill by Koulibaly. And Gassama, the fullback on the right-hand side, plays his football at Guztepe. He's been a little careless with the ball there. Firmino can't get away from the attentions of Kouyaté. And Gassama in control. Once again, his pass towards Kouyaté was a little short and seized upon by Casemiro. It's Dani Alves. Here's Coutinho. Started over on that left-hand side as we expected. Gabriel Jesus, as Dominic said, is over on this near side of the field, the Brazil right, with Neymar and Firmino, the two through the middle at the moment. Of course, they do have the ability to be fluid and to rotate and to change.
I think with four players so clever, great football brains, they can interchange at times, but I think that's the way the manager said they wanted to start today.
Here is Gabriel Jesus, the Manchester City man. And towards Dani Alves. Fair mo challenge from Sadio Mane. Did enough to put the Manchester City man out of his stride. He spent the morning signing autographs. He spent much of yesterday signing autographs. If anyone has been near him with a camera or a shirt, a book or a picture, he has graciously signed just about everyone that he's seen. There were a queue of about 200 people when he arrived at the airport just waiting for his signature. He now exists on that plane where the true stars.
Yeah, he's a great ambassador for his country and for club, isn't he? Certainly that side of the world, very, very popular. Sadio Mane.
Almost a sense of perhaps not embarrassment, but wondering why the attention is all on him and not on some of his teammates as well.
That's the great thing about him at times, isn't it?
Like humility about Sadio Mane. Famara Diédhiou couldn't quite control that. He plays his football in the Championship in England with Bristol City. It's tidy. It's Firmino to Coutinho. Support coming down the outside from Alexandro. A little drop of the shoulder and shift from Coutinho, but the challenge was good and strong from Crepin Diatta, who you can't miss on the picture with his bleached hair. It's Mane. Here is Diatta. What a super game at Real Madrid for Bruges. They were 2-0 up, very close to 3-0 up, only a really good save by Afonso Areola. A little note of concern for Sadio Mane. They just got a bang. It's towards Firmino, trying to cushion the header towards Neymar. The defender did his job.
He pulled away lovely, didn't he? Roberto Firmino.
And just keep an eye on Sadio Mane for a moment. Just came away from that challenge moving a little gingerly.
Here's the diagonal. Dani Alves picks him out lovely. Did you see what he tried to just feed that back? Brazil players making ground into the box. Sané just does enough.
This is Racine Colli. Gives the ball away, the full-back. It's a little casually. Dani Alves has it. Just for a moment, Sadio Mane just wandered through the middle, just as he was checking everything was okay. He's moving okay now. There's always a massive note of concern and almost panic, isn't there, when a player goes down on international duty? Club managers and analysts and coaches and medical staff.
Yeah, it's difficult. So many crucial games.
But you went through the same with Scotland, didn't you?
Yeah, it was difficult at times, so it was a little bit of a battle with club and country at times, but it seems nowadays things are much smoother all round.
There was a touch by Neymar, which was a little heavy. Those long legs of Kouyaté, unmistakable. He's got a bang as well. Play continues. It's a poor touch by Alexandro, who just took the ball away from Thiago Silva. Vivez moves it back towards Crepin Diatta here. This is Idrissa Gana Gueye, who tried to thread it through towards Mane, couldn't quite do so, so Mane says, I'll go and win that back myself. Good challenge by Gabriel Jesus, giving him one back for the one he gave him earlier. It's not that long, of course, until Liverpool and Manchester City meet in the Premier League. Here's Coutinho, who's had a pretty steady start to life at Bayern. Just all went wrong at Barcelona, didn't it, for Philippe Coutinho? Vivez. Here's Mane. Vivez goes one way. Mane just slows the game down. One thing about the surface that we've always found, there's been plenty of Premier League, Asia Cup matches played here, or tour matches from Premier. There's always been a level of concern about how much the pitch cuts up and how it's a little soft underfoot, it gives way a little.
Yeah, plenty of rain on that side of the world as well, so you're going to see that today. Bit softer surfaces than what the boys are used to.
It's Dani Alves, there's plenty of space outside him, he decides to go the other way, and there was no wriggle room for Neymar in that instance. Gassama had come across from full-back to provide the cover, with Coutinho crossing the field the other way. It's towards Mane. It's not a good header, which he's actually got away with there, Dani Alves. Cap number 117 for Dani Alves today.
He's been some player, hasn't he?
Still some way short of Cafu's record. Of course, Neymar today winning his 100th cap for Brazil. It's one of the subplots of this game. 100 caps. He turns 28 in February. How many could he go on and win?
He's got to be close to that record, or maybe more. I think he might get into the 150s, depending on injuries.
He's had a few, hasn't he? That has been his one problem. Here's Artur. Coutinho. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, lovely ball. Oh, brilliant. Roberto Firmino gives Brazil the lead with the cutest finish imaginable. What a start for Brazil, and what a finish as ever from Roberto Firmino.
Great move, wasn't it, from Brazil? We talked about the front four before the game and the interplay, and it's just lovely football. Probably a little bit too much time on space for Senegal's time, and yeah, Firmino makes a lovely run, and Jesus with a little ball inside, and look at this finish, just a little dink. That is outrageous. You won't see a better finish, but not surprised. Look at this, he just comes into him here, head up, and just dinks it in. Could have squared it, there was options, but no. The confidence of this man, and what a player, and what a finish. Great start for Brazil.
Well, Salif Sane was with him, and then in the blink of an eye he was gone, and Roberto Firmino puts Brazil 1-0 up. And he made it look ridiculously easy, which was not the easiest finish in the world, by the way. He was very close to goal, very close to the goalkeeper, and still managed to scoop it over the top of the goalkeeper and into the net.
You know, and Jesus saying to the manager he wanted to play in that position. Already got an assist to his name, made a really big impact. You know, he's seen him getting back, making tackles. With Mane a part of his game he has to improve on, and there feeds a lovely ball through for Firmino.
Just the sort of start this crowd will have wanted. Senegal haven't really settled into the game as of yet. Gassama forward. Thiago Silva with the challenge. Really nicely won by Kouyaté. That's Idrissa Gana Gueye, who's trying to wander through midfield, but was Bobby Firmino. Basically, it was Firmino who just went hunting like he normally does to win the ball. It's a lovely first touch. Doesn't quite come off for Idrissa Gana Gueye to find the pass. It's all very leisurely, the pace at the moment.
Senegal haven't really got the passing going, been a bit sloppy, giving the ball back to this Brazil team, and you can't keep doing that. The players we've seen on the team sheet for them, so much quality. Give these guys time and space and they'll hurt you, and we've already seen that.
It is worth saying as well that the temperature's around 30 degrees, even into the evening as we are now, so it's not just the temperature, it's the humidity as well, which is perhaps why the game won't be played at what you'd imagine would be a huge tempo. That's another ball for Firmino. There's a good piece of defending and good cover by Kalidou Koulibaly. It's a chance for Ismaila Sarr to break. He's very lively, he's very quick. He's found Sadio Mane. Ball just a little too heavy for the overlapping run that was coming for him.
Better, isn't it, from Senegal? Trying to get at this Brazil defence, and Mane here, you can just see plenty of options around him. Just gets a little bit too much on it, and Gueye can't keep it in.
Coutinho will have to pick himself up and dust himself down after another of those challenges from the rangy Kouyaté. His leg comes from a long way back and comes right through. He's done well ever since he moved to the Premier League from Anderlecht, West Ham, and then of course Crystal Palace. Here's Dani Alves. Jesus. Marquinhos. Of course, very much ranked as a midfielder in club football now because of Thiago Silva and Prenel Kimpembe's partnership for PSG. Coutinho, of course, just settling into life in Bavaria after making that move from Barcelona late in the transfer window.
I think it's an area that Brazil have struggled, isn't it? Centre-back. You know, over the last few years, not really any really. Silva's the obvious one, but people playing alongside him.
Well, the big question that you've got now, of course, is Thiago Silva's turned 35. What, a matter of 3 weeks ago? How long will he go on for? We'll say Militiao's on the bench today, who's just joined Real Madrid from Porto in the summer. Had a pretty average game for Real Madrid when he stepped in for Sergio Ramos in the 3-0 defeat at Paris Saint-Germain. So it is there's a big elephant in the room, isn't there, in terms of who replaces Thiago Silva. Here's Coutinho, just over-clipping the pass for Gabriel Jesus.
Also, as well, on current form, you'd have to look at Fabinho on the bench for Brazil when you've Casemiro and Artur. For me, possibly he's ahead of them in current form, but Brazil manager sees that slightly differently. We might see him today at some point.
Casemiro hasn't had the best start to the season with Real. Another of those who really struggled in that defeat in Paris. Wasn't great in the 2-2 draw with Bruges either, even though Real Madrid are doing more than okay in La Liga. The start in the Champions League has been less than perfect and very stuttery. A challenge by Diatta on Artur. He was one of those Bruges players who gave Real Madrid such headaches. the Nigerian, Ibrahim Dennis. Here comes Alexandro on the overlap. Sark can only help the ball away. Here's Firmino looking for Gabriel Jesus. That's some challenge by Racine Colli. Forward it goes again. Coutinho can't quite get there. It's another thumping challenge by the big Schalke defender.
It's a good job they're actually winning the ball here. If you're going in like that, you've got to take everything, and they did, to be fair to him, to Sané. So it's a very, very strong challenge. There's a couple actually in the build-up. Oh, it's a tight one. There's the challenge. It's actually a brilliant challenge from Sané. Long legs, gets him out of a bit of trouble.
Coutinho just had a little look as if to say, where did that come from? Arthur. Here's Casemiro. Neymar coming deep. Absolutely determined, without a shadow of a doubt, to score today.
Yeah.
And Tite was asked that. Is it his 100th cap? He will have to score, won't he? Tite was very non-committal on it.
He's getting pretty close to Ronaldo's record, isn't he? Well, not record, but number 2 in the goal-scoring charts of Brazil.
No doubt he's going to go past that, isn't it? It's a foul by Gabriel Jesus on the full-back. Again, it's one of those where many of these, all the Brazil players really, the clubs roll off the tongue, don't they? As a list of the greatest clubs in football, for the likes of Colli, who plays his football at Göztepe in Turkey, and Diédhiou, who plays for Bristol City. It's a world away, really. It's Sadio Mane, plays his club football at the Champions of Europe. Kouyaté, Diatta. Gassama. Sarr. This was just a little short. Wants Brazil to once again wander downfield with the ball. Oh, brilliant. Wonderful piece of skill by Dani Alves. But once, Roberto Firmino's first touch wasn't quite there.
Very unusual, isn't it? Firmino giving the ball away there. Usually so good at holding the ball in. Good play from Dani Alves.
It's Koulibaly. If you talk to many of those involved in top-level recruitment and analysts, Koulibaly is amongst the top 3 defenders in the world right now. It's interesting when you read and hear from those people. Here's Mane. It's Thiago Silva who steps in with a challenge. I'm certain Thiago Silva, who doesn't feature in that list of defenders, will have something to say about that. Might come towards Diédhiou, Arthur in the way. According to those analysts, the top 3 defenders in the world right now are Virgil van Dijk, Aymeric Laporte and Kalidou Koulibaly. Here's Gay. Decent effort, just won't quite come down. First time we've really seen Ederson. Technically deputising for Alisson at the moment until he gets fit.
2 very good goalkeepers. A luxury, really, isn't it? Here's the strike from just a guy just watching it over. But yeah, incredible to have 2 goalkeepers of such quality. But yeah, for me, Alisson would come back in.
Alisson, of course, the custodian in the Copa America. As Dominic says.
Just to think the other side of it is they're so both comfortable on the floor, aren't they? That's the incredible thing. Or maybe it's not, they are Brazilian.
The one thing that you would say is that the old generalisation, the old stereotype, of course, that Brazil were great but never had a good goalkeeper. That was always the thing that you used to hear, of course. I think that changed when Claudio Taffarel took the gloves.
Yeah.
But certainly now Ederson and Alisson.
I think it's always concentration levels when you play for such a good side, because basically they've got the ball most of the game, haven't they?
Well, Ederson, we've not seen him until then, and we're 20 minutes into the game. when they're playing against a decent side today. Senegal are struggling to get the ball and keep it for any length of time. It's Gabriel Jesus with the little dummy. Dani Alves couldn't quite get round it because I've seen Collie just did enough. It's Diatta. Collie. Just the Ghana game. Senegal just trying to take the opportunity to get themselves into this game. It's a decent ball for Ismaila Sarr. That's a foul. As much as Casemiro may look at the referee and wag his finger, the long legs of the 21-year-old just able to step away from the Real Madrid man.
Yeah, it was just lunging, wasn't he, Casemiro? It's the right decision.
He did have a little bit of a reputation in France when he was at Rennes for going down quite easily, and it followed him for a while. He was very, very young at the time, 17, 18, when he broke through. Something of a stigma that hangs over a player for a long, long time. You've seen that with many down the years.
Well, one of the biggest on the pitch has had that, hasn't he? On his 100th cap today.
Well, it's quite a decent defensive wall, that, isn't it? If you look at who's involved in it. A chance for Senegal to perhaps test Ederson here. Aliou Cissé, the coach, just offering some instructions to Koulibaly. Fella you played against in the Premier League.
Yeah. Showing me age there, John.
Sadio Mane is the man at the end of the wall. Yeah, well, perhaps it was better that we didn't see who took it, because it was pretty awful.
Got under it, didn't he? I think it was Gay.
It was wild, is what it was.
I think it was Sané. I think it was the
Salif
centre back.
Sané,
Yeah, the centre half taking free kicks. For me, when you've got some quality attacking players, maybe the better option, unless obviously we don't know something they do.
Sané has got a reputation and a decent free kick about him. That was far from it. It's Dani Alves. A ball into Arthur, isn't it? Who was the player in space, and now Coutinho on the charge, and lovely ball forward looking for Neymar. It's just got too much on it. And Gomis able to come and gather.
Seeing that on the surface, the ball just runs through, doesn't it? At the moment, it's very quick at times. That final ball,
it's very lively, the pitch, isn't it? It's hot, as the player would call it. The ball comes off it very, very quickly. Just it's a little uneven in certain places as well. Mane on the charge. Diatta. Marquinhos comes across with the challenge.
It's a better spell now, isn't it, for Senegal? Get a bit of rhythm into the play, get Mane on the ball. Diatta running forward, get Deju in the game. Much, much better.
Daniel was trying to convince the referee it was a goal kick. He was looking for Koulibaly and Sané, who were both hovering. This is Gay again. The spin and the turn was by Famara Diédhiou, but Arthur was more than his match. Diatta will go all the way back towards Alfred Gomis. Winning his 10th cap today. A few of the more familiar names that were left out of Aliou Cissé's squad for this game, as he decided to just rotate things after the Africa Cup of Nations. The likes of Youssouf Sabaly and Moussa Konaté. That's a lovely ball for Firmino. Gabriel Jesus is joining the attack, so too Neymar. This is Neymar. It's a really, really good challenge as well. A really strong foot to get in and get the ball away by Salif Sané.
Good challenge, wasn't it, from Sané again? It's a couple of times now.
Just on the others that have been left out, of course, Papa Cissé, Henri Saivet, and Ndiaye, and by Diane as well. Sarr. Sadio Mane, Gabriel Jesus getting back. Mane shot. Well, he just drops his shoulder, does a little trick, gets a shot away. And Ederson was relieved that it was straight at him, just able to get his body in the way, but struck with some power by Sadio Mane.
Quick break again, wasn't it, from Senegal, showing the pace in the team.
A lot more purpose from Senegal now. It's Mane's hook, it's Sarr with the header. Not the easiest header in the world.
Maybe just behind him, wasn't it, from Sadio Mane for Sarr. Just maybe arriving slightly too early.
Dani Alves. Casemiro's touch was good, Neymar's wasn't. Straight to Kouyaté in midfield. As soon as they lose it, they win it back. Misplaced passing rather than good pressing and forcing the error. Gliding Neymar. Coutinho. Neymar, Coutinho, the flag's up. They were trying to turn on the party pieces there, weren't they?
A bit unfortunate, maybe. Can we get the shot away? As you mentioned, maybe too much party tricks, but a lot of ability just here. Just offside, Neymar.
It's that sort of skill that supporters love to see.
Mane chance, isn't it, as well? Strikes it so well.
It was just a drop of the shoulder, wasn't it? And he was gone.
And again, Jesus as well, wasn't it? Jesus, and you know, he's no slouch. Mane showed his pace there. Straight down the throat of Ederson.
I don't think he thinks that he's that good that he can only play in one boot. We are just taking a hydration break because of the humidity and the temperature. It was scheduled in before the game. It was scheduled a little earlier. An opportunity for the players to take something on, but in the 27 minutes we've had, 27 and a half minutes, Dominic, Senegal are just struggling to stay with them.
Yeah, and I think when the game's played at this pace, we mentioned the heat out there, it's really hot, really humid. It suits Brazil, suits their style of play. They keep the ball better than what the Senegalese players have done so far as well. So that's an area of the game they're going to have to improve on. We just have another look here at the goal. It's brilliant play, isn't it, out wide from Jesus, and it's just this little look up there and the run. Firmino makes that run. He's on his bike, and this finish is just world class. Just look at this. He doesn't even look at the goal. He just knows where it is. He knows where the keeper is, and to have that awareness in that tight area certainly is, you know, as I mentioned, it's world class.
Gomis a little off balance, didn't quite set himself.
I think he just wasn't sure what he was going to do, and that's when you're playing up against someone as talented as him. You know, he just makes it look so easy. But yeah, maybe he could have done a little bit better, but don't take anything away from that finish.
If you look at the replay, and as we did there, you see where Sane was with Firmino running neck and neck really together.
Yeah.
Has Sane lost him, or has Firmino done him? He's just done him with the eyes or a little bit of movement.
I think that's what he has, Firmino. So he knows what he wants, so it's the timing of the run. And I think as a central defender playing there myself, if somebody makes that run and they time it so well, it's really difficult to communicate with the other centre-back as well, which he didn't in Koulibaly. Obviously gets across Koulibaly as well, and it's just the finish, it's just delightful to watch, and it's very, very difficult to defend against.
Well, they made it look that easy. It could have been on the training ground. It did.
Yeah, at times it looks like slow motion, doesn't it, when he puts it into the net, but taking nothing away from Firmino, that's outrageous, as I mentioned earlier. Most strikers would just put the foot through that.
Brazil leading by a goal to nil. Couple of minutes stoppage while we take some fluids on board. Sadio Mane has gone closest for Senegal. Roberto Firmino scored for Brazil. Here's Kalidou Koulibaly. Just interested to see how the game restarts after a lengthy stoppage like that. It can just lose its momentum somewhat. Just a little slow, and Senegal did take the time to get into the game. It's Firmino just being Firmino, just chasing the ball.
Work rate's brilliant, isn't it? Never stops. So clever as well. He never really plays right up against them centre backs. He plays in that little pocket, which is so difficult to mark if you are playing it.
It's probably fair to say that the Brazilian public and even the management teams of the past didn't know what they had with Firmino until they perhaps stopped and took a closer look at him and what he's become with Liverpool and also to his national team now. He's forward looking for Diédiou. Okay, above Coutinho, bit of a mismatch. Firmino, Coutinho, Dani Alves, who even despite the threat of Sadio Mane is already playing so high up the field. Mane went all the way back with him and forced the error as he just chopped the pass so a little fraction later than you would want to, and that's why the flag went up.
Yeah, Dani Alves here, just that split second. You can see Jesus makes the run, just offside, linesman gets it spot on.
Sane. Time and space for Alexandro to cushion a header and get Brazil moving again with Neymar. He's not quite been on it, has he?
Just a little bit sloppy. There was an easy pass on out wide to Coutinho. A bit frustrated, he never got the ball.
I don't know how he managed to beat Dani Alves there because he just never had the ball. Just bobbling all over the place, but still, eventually, a bit of help for Brazil. Here's Dani Alves again, already bombed his way upfield as he saw so often during his times in Europe. Of course, now playing back in Sao Paulo. Great touch by Diatta. Ismail Assar. He's got Mane and Diédiou with him. Mane will take over. There's Gay again. Gassama. Three in the middle. Doesn't beat Casemiro in the first block.
Read it well, hasn't he, Casemiro there?
Dani Alves. High for Neymar. Colley. It's Diatta again. He's the one who's been given that free role really just behind Diédiou, but he's not really been able to affect much influence on the game so far. Mane's actually gone through the middle at the moment.
Yeah, Marquinhos and Silva as well, they don't play that high up the field, so there's not a lot of space in behind them. Positionally wise, that's what they do. Maybe Silva's obviously losing a little bit of pace as the years have gone on, so they take up a good position, but it's a lot deeper than what maybe he's used to playing against.
Towards Sarr again, who just tried to suck Alexandro in and then knock the ball past him and go around him. Alexandro's a little long in the tooth to fall for that. Koulibaly. Changing direction, just trying to up the tempo. Taken down beautifully by Ismail Assar. Now where will he go with it? Just slows the game down and the game goes back when perhaps there was a chance to just up the tempo. Yeah, Senegal lose their way again.
Sorry, John, it seems like Brazil have got really good numbers back, haven't they, all the time. Maybe it's a part of the game that they know they have to work on, is maybe that protection of the back four, and the two players in front have done it pretty well so far. Casemiro and Arthur just in that hole, so important in the modern game now.
There's Kouyaté. There's a problem here which is going to require a little bit of attention. It's Casemiro who's holding his nose. Those long arms and those long legs of Kouyaté.
It's good to see him coming over, helping him up. It's just coming together, isn't it? It wasn't much in it at all. Casemiro's maybe gone down slightly too easy there. Kouyaté was just being strong, if anything. And
The referee, to his credit, didn't give a free kick. It was Kouyaté who put the ball out. That's towards Mane. Here's Diatta looking behind Alexandro for Sarr. Alexandro as well. And it's a dangerous looking pass. It's a dangerous looking ball again. They've lost the ball. Sarr. Oh, it's brilliant from Coutinho. Yeah. Not really what he's renowned for, but he got down and dirty there, didn't he, for his team?
I think that's what the formation's right. You know, if Neymar's playing on that left-hand side, then I don't think he's back doing the job that Philippe Coutinho's doing there. So I think when the manager spoke before the game, that was a key area he mentioned, that Coutinho's willing to get back and help his full-back out, whereas at times Neymar's probably not.
Casemiro. Dani Alves. Neymar again. I don't want to say that Neymar's a hindrance to this team, but nothing's done really so far. It's gone right forward.
He's been sloppy. There was simple balls on again there and around him. And sometimes you just got to do that, especially when you're having a little bad period where you keep giving the ball away. Just find that pass. Hundredth cap, obviously looking to maybe do something spectacular.
That's all it's looking for Neymar. It's never really going to find him. It was always overhit from Coutinho. It's one of those that had to be. Well struck, but it was difficult. It's Firmino's goal that separates the sides. Diédhiou. Well, the throw has actually gone the way of Senegal. It clearly went off the Bristol City man, Thiago Silva. Yeah. Sometimes you can only laugh. Clearly kicked it against the Senegal man.
Struggled to get him in the game, haven't they, Diédhiou? Senegal today. You need to get him on the ball. Bit of a target man. Ball's up to him and get around him.
Mane. Ismaila Sarr. Dangerous looking ball. It's a decent delivery and Thiago Silva has to deal with it. Diédhiou perhaps a little on his heels.
Yeah, but it's the first time someone really got at the Brazil defence, and it's a lovely ball in, and Silva, you've known of experience just covering that near post area and getting it away, but much better from Senegal. And Diédhiou, as you mentioned, you can see he's trying to get in there, just a yard behind Silva.
There's a little ricochet. There's an appeal for handball, and the shot on the turn was by Diédhiou. Salif Sane it was who was adamant there was a handball and was continuing a dialogue with the referee. It was a one-way dialogue, it must be said.
It's definitely hit it, hasn't it? But I'm not sure if it's intent. It's just as he comes up here now, you can see it ricochets against Marquinhos. He's turned his back though, hasn't he? So I can't think he doesn't really see the ball. And Diédhiou gets the strike away.
I think anyone's way beyond knowing what's handball anymore. Except if it accidentally brushes a player in the penalty area and someone scores from it. Now we know the rule there, that's not allowed. Here's Gay. On towards Mane. That's nice. This is Colley. Diatta. So, Gassama. It's not something that you always associate with Neymar being right down by his own corner flag working for the team, but that's where he was.
In a better spell, isn't it, from Senegal? They're trying now, trying to force Brazil back. Try and get in behind them full-backs, Dani Alves and Sandro. Try and get some crosses in the box for Jeju to try and get on the end of it.
Here comes the corner. Marquinhos with the header away. It's a little naughty from Alexandro, who it wasn't the easiest ball to deal with, but just waited for someone to come near him and looked like he fell over.
I don't think you'd be too happy if you were playing full-back and Neymar's doing that in his own box nearly, but yeah, I think he's gone down a little bit too easy there, hasn't he? I think it was Koulibaly coming across.
He only had one thing on his mind there, Alexandro. Because those two, they have been head-to-head in Serie A title races and some big games. Of course, Juventus, who beat Napoli 4-3 in a thriller at the start of this season. Koulibaly scored an own goal, didn't he? He also scored a famous winner against Juventus a couple of years ago. Flags up again. Cisse is just making a point.
Yeah, I think he felt that Mane should have had a free kick.
He was a tigerish midfielder, wasn't he? Birmingham and Portsmouth when he played in England.
He did, put himself around the field. And look at the, just offside now. Yeah, he was. Neymar looking right across that line. He shouldn't be offside. He's telling the linesman he's wrong, but he wasn't.
It's been a good first half. Maybe a little short on goal chances that you would like to see more of. It's been full of flicks like that though. Casemiro for Neymar. That's for Coutinho, and again it's just a fraction over hit. Credit though to Alfred Gomes, who was very quick off his line.
Yeah, very well Gomes, didn't he, coming out.
Gassama. Sarr. He's a little unlucky there, because he's actually provided the nutmeg, and he almost looks at the referee and says, well, he stood in my way and I tried to go around him, why is it a foul by me?
Here's another look at the Neymar through ball, just in front of Coutinho, and keeper's out really well, Gomes, and he's just too much on that, getting too close to the area. Just at times the Brazil overplay, when there's maybe a shot on.
That's Coutinho. This is Alexandro. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, it's beautiful. Steps away from the fullback as though he wasn't there. And he had a square ball on for Firmino, who could easily have added a second. He tried to pull it back. And immediately Sadio Mane sets up at the other end. Dani Alves can't stay with him. Mane's trying to go on his own, and he goes down. And Sadio Mane has brilliantly won Senegal a penalty. Just far too quick for Dani Alves, and then had too much for Marquinhos.
Yeah, certainly area the fielder felt that Sadio Mane could get at Alves today, and what a break this is. And look at the pace here, and then he comes inside Marquinhos and Alves. It's a definite penalty. It's uncomfortable, isn't it, for Marquinhos there, and just all over him, both of them, all over Sadio Mane, and brilliant play.
Well, for the second time in a matter of days, Sadio Mane wins a penalty. It was a little later in the Premier League at the weekend. This comes right at the end of the first half. And so, Famara Diédhiou will take the responsibility right on half-time. Ederson's not had much to do so far. And he can't save that. That is perfectly positioned by Famara Diédhiou, and Senegal are level.
He strikes it well, doesn't he, Diédhiou? Right in that corner. Against a very, very good goalkeeper, but again, made from Sadio Mane. Brilliant play out wide. Here's a look at it again. Yes, excellent. Right into that side net, and you put it in there and the keeper ain't saving him. He went the right way, but the pace is beating him. All ends up right in the corner. Back in the game.
A nice moment for Famara Diédhiou, the 26-year-old. Senegal get themselves on terms. And Brazil, who have just had the opportunity to get themselves a second, find themselves pegged back. And Gabriel Jesus had the opportunity to find Roberto Firmino, didn't use it. And Senegal go down to the other end and get themselves an equaliser. They've hardly looked like getting really in this first half.
I think they got better as the half went on. A little bit more confidence, kept the ball better. I think when you're against Brazil, it's one thing you've got to do. You can't keep giving these players the ball back. I think Brazil have been a little bit sloppy in times. Neymar at times in the final third.
Coutinho, the no-look pass for Firmino, brilliant. Really good save by Gomes. Oh, the link-up was sensational between Coutinho and Firmino. And Neymar looked as though he was just going to roll the ball home. Credit to Alfred Gomes, who made another really good save. This is Dani Alves. And Neymar can't get down. It should just about be that for the first half. It is. Well, for Senegal, who will get the second half underway. Famara Diédhiou. Always nice as well to see nations playing in the traditional strips as well. Salif Sane on the ball, who had a down and up first half, really. Started with a down as he lost Firmino for the Brazil goal. Then he roofed a free kick when he had a shot at goal. And then he really grew into the game and made 3 or 4 outstanding challenges. As Brazil were probing, that's a foul by Casemiro on Ismail Assar.
I think you're right. I think Sané might be a player to keep an eye on. You know, alongside Koulibaly, learning plenty, playing along with him. Certainly got better as the first half got on.
Number 35 for Salif Sane today. Here's Diédhiou. Sarr. It's a little short, but Sarr does get it. And here's Gassama. Thiago Silva in the way. Coutinho just dummied Ismail Assar there without even having the ball. Very clever. The ball that was looking for Dani Alves, not quite so. From one who's normally a little more reliable there. Into his 3rd year in charge of Senegal is Aliou Cissé. Here's Sarr. But he's going to get a free kick when perhaps there wasn't one there. He'd lost the ball, and the Brazilians look at the referee as if to say, you can't give that. Well, they've got a couple of their own in the first half.
There's nothing much in it, is there, again, from Sarr. We've seen it, Brazil do it in the first half. Even itself out, doesn't it? But that's what you want Sarr to be doing, running at defenders.
Free kick taken by Idrissa Gana Gueye. Header was by Casemiro. Hello. Kouyaté just lunged a little at Roberto Firmino there. And that ball is delivered on for the run of Neymar. It's brilliant cover. Ismaila Sarr has come all the way back there and tracked back and gone with Neymar and won the ball, the winger. Great collective responsibility in these Senegal players. It's a little careless in a dangerous area. The shot in the end from Coutinho. Well, there's a hand of apology that goes up, inevitably so, because not the place to lose the ball on the edge of your own penalty area against Brazil. I've seen Collie, who took a risk there. Not quite this time for Sarr. Gassama just a little too tight. Has been a game where the merest touch has been penalised by the referee. In fact, the Kouyaté challenge then on Firmino, even though he got the ball, but was very, very physical. He really jumped into the challenge. It was almost a surprise to see that, given the sort of challenges we've had so far. It was way beyond what we've seen. It's come off Gabriel Jesus. Diédhiou can't quite find Sadio Mane. Thiago Silva, beautiful. Just helps it on to Alexandro. There's a foul by Kouyaté. It's going to be a yellow card as well for the Senegal captain. Thiago Silva's touch there. Yeah,
nice touch for centre-back, wasn't it? Just Kouyaté. He's coming in just a little bit late, isn't he? And Sandro, maybe a little totting up there for him. Not much. It's not a yellow card for me. It's just maybe
almost a flapping leg, wasn't it? Really. Well, that's gone for goal, and the goalkeeper Gomes, who was some way off his line, just had to readjust quickly to make sure he wasn't embarrassed by Casemiro.
I think he had a little look, didn't he, towards Casemiro as well. Great awareness.
Marquinhos. Lovely take by Casemiro. Neymar. Another foul. The Senegal players just a little frustrated. They don't feel that getting the rub of the green from the referee, but to be fair, they got a free kick themselves a minute or so ago. That
I think Diatta feels like he might have played a bit of the ball on Coutinho there, just the wrong side of him though, so the referee's giving the free kick.
Trois was the shout from the goalkeeper. He wants 3 in his defensive wall.
Your French is very good.
Right, Casemiro's just gone for goal from halfway. He's a little closer this time, but not much, it would appear. But he fancies his chances again here. Casemiro has gone for goal. The wall does its job. A little too tight for Ismaila Sarr there. Time and a place to do that sort of thing.
Wrong area of the field as well. Little things you have to learn.
There's definitely something there, isn't there? With him, you can see the ability that Watford have signed him for. That's a touch that's looking for Gabriel Jesus from Dani Alves. It was just that came really off the toe of Dani Alves rather than the instep where he wanted it. Koulibaly able to calmly shepherd the ball out of play. Gomes' clearance. This is Gassama. Mane. Running at Dani Alves again, who just backpedals and runs away from him now. He doesn't want anything to do with Sadio Mane. Artur in the way of Gay's attempted through ball. Neymar. Beautiful ball, beautiful weight for Coutinho. Coutinho's little slide ball. It's Gabriel Jesus. He's been clattered by the goalkeeper. The referee's having a look. And Brazil are going to get nothing. Gabriel Jesus just feels he should have had a penalty here. No matter that he got to the ball first, the referee decided that the shot's gone away and it's not a foul.
Yeah, it's great awareness from Coutinho, weight of pass, and Jesus, as he comes out, you can see what he's trying to do. Keeper clearly takes him out, and I think the referee's got it wrong. He's got to give a penalty, but he obviously thinks that Jesus is shooting. He's frustrated there, I think. Well, it's plain to see when you see the replay, isn't it, what it should be.
Not entirely sure how the referee saw that way.
I think he's a very lucky boy, isn't he? Because if he does give a penalty, maybe he sends him off as well. I know it's a friendly.
Maybe a little let off there for Senegal. Certainly a real warning shot to them. Casemiro, Thiago Silva and Marquinhos.
Neymar was much better in that build-up as well, wasn't he? Keeping the ball.
Lovely ball for Gabriel Jesus. Here comes Arthur. We've hardly seen him come forward so far in this game. This pass was drilled straight at Racine Colli. Not entirely sure how Diatta kept that ball there, but he did.
Strong, wasn't he? Physical.
Well, he almost tackled himself there, didn't he, to keep the ball. Gassama. Time there's a really good bit of skill or a flick, the crowd really comes to life.
Yeah, for Senegal as well to get a result today and even maybe get a win against Brazil. It's the first time the countries have met, but it'd be incredible for them and the confidence going forward.
It's forward for Mane to chase. Dani Alves is treading water out there. Mane couldn't quite take it in his stride.
No,
Dani Alves wants nothing to do with Sadio Mane,
I said, that should be the ball that they should be trying to get to Sadio Mane all the time. Give him the ball, get him one-on-one with Dani Alves, because Marquinhos isn't that quick either on that right-hand side.
Artur just ran into a little bit of traffic. He felt he was held on the way through. Probably had a point as well. Okay. I think we've got to the stage now where Marquinhos has almost decided that he's going to cover Mane. Diedhiou won the header, but no one was there with him. We're not in any way mocking Dani Alves, who would mock Dani Alves with the career that he's had, but now into his mid-30s, the last thing I think he wants to be doing out there is...
Unbelievable career, but he likes to go forward, doesn't he? He doesn't like to go back towards his own goal. That's his strength's always been getting forward from full-back areas.
Those old legs aren't wanting to go with Sadio Mane.
A bit quicker than ours still, though.
Coutinho. Diatta with a good toe.
He's taught himself about, hasn't he, Diatta? Physical player. Obviously got a good engine as well.
He played wide right for Bruges in the Bernabeu. It's also confusing these days, isn't it? It's only a week ago.
Yeah.
And of course the players come back after international duty and it's straight back at the Champions League and the domestic leagues. So Idrissa Gana Gueye with a challenge, helped out by Racine Colli. With Salif Sane just giving Kouyaté a bit to do. Kouyaté did it well, to his credit, and they found Mane. Really good again from Sadio Mane. He stepped away from two players as though they weren't there. And he goes again, and that's a little naughty from Dani Alves, who, off the back of losing Mane and not quite being embarrassed by him, but decided he was putting an end to this run. That's a naughty challenge.
Yeah, late, wasn't it? Brilliant play again from Sadio Mane. As you mentioned earlier, really right at the top tier you'd put him now, wouldn't you? The way he's playing, club and country. Wasn't happy with the challenge though, he's telling the ref.
Well, it was a deliberate foul, a cynical challenge by Dani Alves, who is not enjoying playing against Sadio Mane out there. He's not the only one in the last couple of years to not enjoy an afternoon against Sadio Mane. Diatta with the free kick. Sane's coming from really, really deep. Kouyate's right in the middle of the hustle and bustle. There goes the delivery. It's a good header by Casemiro. Always puts himself about well. The strike in the end is over the top, and it was sat up there for Diédiou. Couldn't quite control it. Well, opportunity for Brazil to make their first change. Roberto Firmino is going to make way here for Everton. 59 minutes from the Liverpool man. And a goal as well. Off you go for a nice rest.
Yeah, much deserved, wasn't it, after that fantastic finish in the first half. Maybe should have got another one if Jesus had got his head up and squared it when Senegal actually went on and got the penalty.
13th cap for Everton from Gremio. It's a tall ball by Gabriel Jesus. Diédiou. Casemiro with the foul. Just tried to convince the referee not to book him, saying it was his first foul. I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah. Good strength from the big target man, wasn't it?
A little careless from Senegal there. A free kick that they've just lost possession of the ball straight away, and Thiago Silva thought about going on a wander, and Neymar decided he would rather have the ball and take over. Coutinho. Salif Sane coming very, very high to make the challenge. He's quickly got back in and won the header himself. Super take by Coutinho. Some ball he drilled at Neymar, by the way. Thanks for that.
Yeah, some pace on it, wasn't it? You're right, when Sane comes charging out at times, somebody has to fill in
Well, he got back himself there, didn't he?
No, he's a brilliant athlete, isn't he? But I just think sometimes that one of them central midfield players has to go back and fill in that hole if you do that.
He's again the Schalke man. Diédiou just got himself offside. Again, there's times that Senegal almost switch off and concede possession easily, and then there's times they completely explode through midfield, particularly when Mane has it. Oh, that's a great take by Gabriel Jesus, who completely sucked Racine Collier. And Kouyaté has been booked and has to be very, very careful. He is starting to tread a very, very fine line now. Is the Senegal captain.
Yeah, cynical tackle on Jesus. He beats him, it all ends up, and I think he's going to have a little word with him. Maybe a little bit fortunate.
You've got a feeling that Aliou Cissé may want to bring his afternoon or his evening to an end quite soon, given the fact that he's on that yellow card and he's just made that challenge. He's probably one foul away from a red card now. That's Sarr who again has done it in the wrong area with 4 Brazil players around him. He's lost it to Neymar. Diatta again coming in to win the ball back. And then says to Sarr, off you go. And he is quick, but Thiago Silva read it so well. Not entirely sure Diatta should be making challenges like that.
No, I think that's the thing that they have to learn a little bit, the Senegalese players, isn't it? Just stand up at times, don't dive in, don't commit yourself, because one thing these Brazilian lads will do, they will go down.
It's a substitute Everton. Artur, Sadio Mane saw the opportunity to run in and nick it, but Artur moved the ball beautifully. Coutinho not going to get a free kick for that. Gomes not quite so comfortable on his left foot. Still got good distance on the clearance, but looked a little awkward. Diatta ends up holding his head after that coming together. The change coming from Aliou Cissé's men. First, we're going to see if Diatta's going to be okay to continue.
Yeah,
just a little brush with it.
Just right on the temple, isn't it? Side of the head there. Everton just coming in here. Can you just see on the side there? Just catches him. Maybe it's his shoulder that actually catches the side of Diatta's head. So saw one.
Well, it didn't take Nostradamus to perhaps predict that a change will be coming in midfield for Senegal. Aliou Cissé is going to bring on Sidi Sarr. Just checking Diatta is okay. As he continues to get treatment for the bang on the head. And the board that goes at, well,
yeah,
as we say, it didn't take Nostradamus to predict who'd be coming off, did it?
Sensible, isn't it? I mean, he's had a decent game. He's put himself around on Kiate and captain. Somebody else will take the armband off him, probably Koulibaly or Sadio Mane, I'm sure, but it's the right thing to do.
And so the captain of Senegal will make way. He doesn't want to go off, and
no,
he wants to stay on, but it's the coach just taking the matters into his own hands. He doesn't want him sent off, and so off he comes. And in his place comes the young man who plays his football for Nîmes. Straight on into the middle of midfield. Frustration and a shake of the head from him. And the referee's going to go back here, and there's going to be a card as well.
Oh, Jesus wanted the advantage, didn't he? He was through.
Well, the referee blew very, very early, it must be said.
But look at the frustration here. It's clean through on goal. He's got to let that go.
Well, Gabriel Jesus had the ball. There was a clear shirt tuck by Koulibaly.
He's one-on-one with the keeper.
What you would say there is that the referee's whistle has blown there, has long since gone, and Koulibaly has stopped. I mean, technically, it's probably a red card.
Yeah.
I think that's what the Brazil players are saying, that if you're not going to send him off, you should have let Jesus
let him go through. Yeah.
Well, before all that can be put into order, change for Brazil themselves. Artur, who's been efficient in midfield, will make way for Matthias Henrique. Another of the new crop for Brazil. The 21-year-old winning his first cap from Grêmio. Club, of course, that gave the world Lucas.
Yeah.
He's just won Player of the Year for Lazio in Italy.
Still going well, isn't he?
After all those injury problems he had. Matthias Henrique on for his first cap in midfield for Otto. Otto, of course, is a Grêmio graduate as well. Well, who fancies this? Neymar's 100th cap. Just about 30 yards out from goal. He has said, stand aside, I'm having this. Oh. And it doesn't quite come down for him. And Sadio Mane is having to play peacemaker here.
Yeah, I think they were trying to line the ball up, weren't they? And a little bit of confusion, and Neymar's just taking it slightly early and nearly does him into that far corner. Just doesn't quite come down, does it? But decent effort.
I think the concern was that Marquinhos was just being a hindrance on the edge of the wall, and the goalkeeper just wanted some cover behind him. Here's Alexandro for Thiago Silva. Forward by Dani Alves.
Pleased with his team's performance, wasn't he, Cisse? Real effort and endeavour about his team, this Senegal. Some real leaders as well out there. Mane led by example again for him.
Well, Neymar's 100th cap has perhaps been one of the most underwhelming of his 100 to date. He has a free kick here with 20 minutes to go. Good header away by Sidisa. Goalkeeper's ball all day long. Good call from Alfred Gomis.
Done that well today, hasn't he, Gomis? You know, after that initial goal from Firmino, he's looked pretty confident.
Koulibaly doesn't really want to be taking too many risks there. That's a foul on Ismail Assar. A yellow card for Alexandro. Brazil will make another change before the free kick is taken. Richarlison will enter the fray for Felipe Coutinho. Well, now we have Everton on the field and an Everton man on the field.
Yeah.
Really good from Sarr again. Alexander, who's just been cautioned, penalised again. There's a few who just have to be careful out there now, by the way.
Yeah, they have to.
Ismail Assar again in flashes. That
It's out and out pace, isn't it? Again, raw pace.
it's an exuberant young talent, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's still a little raw.
Yeah.
Still sometimes does it in the wrong areas, but there's clearly ability there. It's just a Ghana Gay with the free kick. It's a good header away from Alexander. It's not a particularly good free kick. I think it goes from Gassama, headed across looking for Sadio Mane. Super take by Ederson. Of course, there's a bit of history between those two.
Good take, wasn't it?
Unfortunate history, by the way. Sadio Mane was unlucky to catch him when he did. That high boot, and Ederson being caught and Mane being sent off in that game at the Etihad a couple of years ago. Really has just eased so gently into life in English football has Ederson. Very similar in a way to the way Alisson has as well. Ederson with that extra year, of course, behind him. Neymar, well, I was about to say Neymar's lost the ball there. Sidney Sark just felt that he won the ball really cleanly here. That he did.
He did, yeah. I was going to say it looked like a good tackle to me, and that I don't understand. He's okay again, very quickly. Physical side, though, aren't they, Senegal? Right throughout the team, they're willing to mix it with anyone.
Apart from the Koulibaly challenge, again, we haven't had an abundance of chances in this second half, but Senegal are holding their own.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, I think Cisse will be pretty happy with the way things are going. It's been a good performance, pretty solid at times, you know, especially after when you go down one early on to Brazil. You know, here's the goal. Was just having a look at the goal. When you go down that early to a goal like this against Brazil, you fear the worst, don't you? But they've really bounced back into the game, and they've grown into it. I mean, we can see here, you know, people like Mane in the team, they have match winners who can go on and do that kind of stuff. And it's a good finish from Dedu, and a lot of pressure on him, but he sticks it away nicely.
There hasn't been enough second half from Brazil.
No, that's the frustration thing. I think if you're the Brazil manager, Tite, he wants more, and he wants more in that final third. I think he knows defensively they're in a bit of a rebuild in certain areas. They have to get better in their areas, but going forward, if you look, you know, start of the game and the players they're bringing on, there's a lot of quality in there, but are they showing enough? Is Neymar showing enough? Maybe not for me.
I think Sergei's been really good in midfield for Senegal. Kouyaté alongside him. Obviously he's now gone off, but as we said, it's all about the spine of that team, and that's where Brazil have struggled really to break them down. Gabriel Jesus had the run on goal and was fouled. Been in and out from Neymar. Coutinho was hit and miss as well. And so, as we go into the final 15 minutes of the game, well, there's a game there for anyone to win, really. Habib Diallo is being prepared for Senegal. Change not being made as of yet. Gabriel Jesus. It's Casemiro. Thiago Silva. Neymar. Everton. Alexandro can't get to the return. Gassama in the way. Ismaila Sarr wanted to bring the ball away. Gay's lost it. Neymar got a little bit of luck, got a little bit of a break. Sane with the challenge. Casemiro. Alexandro. And a strike from distance. Never had the power or the direction to trouble Alfred Gomis in the Senegal goal. Change now that we were expecting, as Famara Diédhiou will make way, and on in his place comes Habib Diallo.
Yeah, I think Diédhiou, when he goes back into Bristol City next week, he's going to be a very happy man when the boys ask him what he got up to. Just scored against Brazil.
Yeah.
Well done.
He should take that performance and that goal into the championship with Bristol City. Put himself about as well. Is Everton again. Looking for Neymar. Again, Koulibaly very, very tight. Not giving Neymar an inch to move in.
Difficult to get around them two, isn't it? Sane and Koulibaly, long legs, strong physical players.
Koulibaly's a little fortunate to be on the field, in truth. Everton again. Nearly broke kindly for Dani Alves. Sadio Mane providing really, really good cover. The foul was on Racing Colli.
Some engine, hasn't he, Mane? I mean, you talk about players who've got ability going forward, just to get back there and get that little interception, so vital for your team, the work rate he puts in.
And James Milner describes Roberto Firmino as a machine, and then Sadio Mane as, oh, he's just another machine.
Yeah, it's true.
Off will go Alexandro, and on comes a very exciting young man, Renan Lodi, from Atletico Madrid, having just moved there from Paranense. 21, he's had a really good start to life at the Metropolitano. Sent off in his first game, but hasn't looked back since, and has been absolutely outstanding and earning rave reviews. Just Gana Gay is also making way here, and Papa Mende will come on to replace him. And of course, who was playing his football at Stoke City last year, having joined them from Galatasaray. He's now back at Galatasaray. Probably not the time to be joining Stoke, in truth. Approaching the final 10 minutes. Many of these Senegal players fancy making a few headlines for tomorrow and getting a goal that can beat Brazil. Everton for Neymar. Richarlison makes the run. Gassama and the goalkeeper between them provide really, really good cover. Gomes is down and hurt following
just a little bit of a collision, wasn't there, with Richarlison, and comes out really well again, doesn't he? He's read this situation time and time again today, and just, I think maybe just a foot onto the top of his kneecap there. Richarlison, he's not meant it, he just tried to get out of the way. Just here, just that little touch on the top of his knee can be a sore one for the goalkeeper. But again, very, very good goalkeeping.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, it was one of those days where it looked like he was in for a really, really bad day when Firmino beat him early on, but since then he hasn't put a foot or a glove wrong.
He hasn't.
What a fine, fine game off for Gomes. And those looking on wondering if there is to be a winner. So for the big goalkeeper, it's a kick on the inside of the knee.
Yeah,
they always hurt, don't they?
Another little look at it from this angle. Comes out brilliantly, doesn't he? Spreads himself, great take, and yeah, it's just on that inside, as you mentioned, just catches him. Just maybe a stud. The top, as he comes in here just now, just there. Really brave goalkeeping.
Well, they're not bouncing like they were earlier. Brazil haven't given them much to shout about in the second half that they were hoping for. Well, they will get the second opportunity, of course, in a few days when Nigeria, say, are the visitors. Of course, it is Brazil's home game, technically, as part of their global tour. How many people in Singapore would normally get the opportunity to see these names and these players playing international football? It's a foul on Sarr again by Renan Lodi. I think he's feeling it now as well.
Yeah. He's put a shift in, hasn't he, today? Nudge, wasn't it, from Lodi? Maybe his hip has fallen badly, has he? Just lands on his hip, so it can be a sore.
Might just need a rest.
Yeah, there's that as well.
It's hot, it's humid. And they've had to work hard out there, these players. Well, there you go. There's a memory for someone. Had to be a Liverpool shirt, didn't it? Ismail Assar. Okay, he just looked a little uncomfortable. Certainly it's not something that's going to take him out of the game. There you go, soon has another shirt on.
He's brought a bag full of shirts.
There goes the free kick, headed away again by Casemiro. There's Diallo. Sarr back on the field. Strike in the end has to be held by Edison, who does make the save look fairly comfortable in the end.
Sarr just doesn't really get the power, does he, to beat Edison.
Well, here comes Senegal again. Casemiro and Co. Just under a little bit of pressure here. Not exactly holding on, but certainly the screw has been turned on them a little in the last couple of minutes. Gomis with the ball for Sidi Sarr. Ismail Assar. Couldn't quite find the pass. Gassama.
Gassama made a great break as well, hadn't he? Just on the outside.
Attempted cross was charged down by Casemiro. Diatta. Sarr. Two in the middle. Gassama again. Keita Balde. Foul by Diatta. That's good scrapping and good hustling by Everton.
Gets back well, doesn't he, Everton? Just needed that. Spell of play from Senegal down this right hand side. Here's another look at. Oof, just off the post.
Marquinhos. Neymar. Dani Alves. Neymar's there. Neymar's effort.
Great defending again, wasn't it?
Well, Neymar can't believe that.
Yeah, it looked like
got the defender.
It looked like Sané had done a brilliant block. It has to be a corner. You can see here, there, it just comes off his leg, doesn't it? Turns his back a little bit, but it's a good block and good defending.
First touch by Neymar there, it's not bad, is it?
No. It's a definite corner.
And here they come again. And the opportunity from Richarlison. And he shoots wide with the goal at his mercy. Albeit running away from goal, and his body facing the wrong way. Had to turn on it, couldn't quite turn it round.
Yeah, it's possibly a difficult angle as well, wasn't it? and the ball comes into him. Great play from Neymar, lovely awareness, and just maybe the angle beats him. He tries to go the near post, maybe whip it back where it come from. It's just very difficult, and scuffs it in the end a little bit with the final finish.
Well, a chance at either end, really. Sarr chasing. He spent the day running around and chasing, working hard for his team. Dani Alves, Neymar, Richarlison. And challenges by Kalidou Koulibaly. Well, here's the opportunity for Neymar to seal his 100th cap with a goal.
Oh, it's a firm tackle, isn't it, from Koulibaly? Straight down the back of Richarlison. As you mentioned, there's an area for Neymar now. Can this be the moment?
Gomes sorting out his wall. A chance for Brazil to win it in the final minute. Sadio Mane is almost organising his defensive wall and checking the angles. There's not much he can do about this, though. It's all about Neymar, and it could be about the goalkeeper as well. Cap number 100, can he crown it? Well, he went for precision. He made sure it was on target. And in honesty, it's a regulation stop.
Yeah, it was. Did he really go for it there, Neymar? Wasn't the power really to keep him that distance. It's a comfortable take from in the end for Gomes.
And it's another foul. Casemiro taking a tumble. We're into and now beyond the 90 minutes. There is time to add on, of course, because of the hydration break that we had. And there's been a few other little stoppages along the way too. Neymar for Marquinhos.
Neymar's actually got better towards the end of this game, hasn't he? Last 10-15 minutes he's been looking to get on the ball, maybe in a little deeper position, trying to make things happen.
Lovely. Neymar tries to thread the ball through, looking for Everton with the run.
That was brilliant play, wasn't it?
All the way back in his own left back position. Sadio Mane.
Yeah, incredible.
Tracking back.
Yeah.
Neymar with the corner. Header was by Casemiro. Sidney Sarr helps the ball away. Casemiro. And Richarlison couldn't keep it. Away by Sidney Sarr again. Thiago Silva got away with a loose touch there. Diallo couldn't quite seize upon it. Gassama with the header. Renan Lodi wants to get on with it. 5 minutes of time added on, of which we've played 2 minutes. Mane just shrugging Neymar aside. And here comes the next change as Senegal just used the opportunity to get some fresh legs on, break the game up a little.
Mane again, isn't it incredible? Capacity to work for his team and get back and help out all over the pitch. fitness levels are amazing.
Well, off will go Ismail Assar. As you say, really has put himself about in this game. And Sada Diop will come on to replace him. He plays his football at Angers in France.
Yeah, done himself no harm there, Assar, did he? Up against Sandro at times, very experienced player. Some good minutes under his belt.
And he's another that's been around the international scene for a long, long time, despite only being 21. A little bit of space for a moment there. Just wondered how Neymar got into that area, but mainly because he was offside.
Yeah, the ref's played on, hasn't he?
It's a little flick. It was from Diallo. Tioub was trying to work his way through. Just a bit too much on it for him. Thiago Silva. I've seen Collier again putting himself around. The rookie fullback. Diatta's put himself around all day.
Yep, some good performances, hasn't he, throughout, especially defensively.
And you look at Collie, who's winning his third cap. Diédiou, who won his 8th today and scored his 2nd goal. Lots of others. Sidney Sarr only winning his 3rd cap, but he's come on into midfield and made a couple of really timely interceptions and interventions. On the whole, to add to some very experienced players in that Senegal setup who have worked really well today and very, very nearly nicked it. Yep. Sadio Mane won the penalty, very nearly won the match as well. Brazil just not quite fully at it, I think, is probably the best way to put it. A few peculiar refereeing decisions as well along the way. Well, that will do. It is an honourable